Do not marry the guy who has these 6 habits. Believe it or not, even amazing guys who seemingly have everything, even some movie stars, can be insufferable bores. Better that you stay single than marry the wrong type of guy, because a mismatched marriage is a little taste of hell. Let's discuss a few habits that certain men have that are utterly disruptive and that will suck the joy out of your life. Seriously, these are the 6 habits that most women just cannot live with, even if the guy is a George Clooney clone. Number 1. He is narrow-minded. It's kind of funny at first, right? But the more time you spend around him, the more you can see that this guy is completely unwilling to open his mind to new experiences, new perspectives, or even new things to do on the weekend. He has a fixed pattern and refuses to take one step forward to show you a good time. It's his way or the highway, and he will never compromise. Seriously, you will be divorced in a couple of years, or become an alcoholic trying to live with this guy. Number 2. He intentionally breaks all the rules and conditions you set. It does not really matter how much freedom you give him, he will always break the rules and push you to see what he can get away with. You tell him flirting is okay but no cheating, so he cheats on you. You tell him no hitting, and so he hits you and then apologizes. You tell him don't embarrass me in front of my family, and he gets drunk and causes a scene. Simply put, this guy does not respect you. He never will. He refuses to play by the rules because he will always seek his own comfort over yours. This is a lifetime of stress. Avoid it. Number 3. He lies. Lying is sociopathic behavior. It's not normal and should never be considered normal. It's cute if you and your hubby are lying to get out of a party, right? It's not cute if he lies about where he's been, who he's slept with, or what he's doing for work. It's really creepy when a man feels the compulsive need to lie to you, and all the more so, if it's about little things. If he can't even answer a simple question truthfully, what is not he going to lie about? He should either get therapy immediately or you should leave him. Unless of course, you want to be married to Walter White or something. Number 4. He breaks promises. This is just a ridiculous relationship, when most of the conversations you have involve him begging for forgiveness and promising never to do it again. He keeps messing up and assuring you that has learned his lesson. And rinse and repeat. You feel stupid, you feel worthless. That's how he makes you feel. And sometimes these promises that he breaks are not just about infidelity or lying. Sometimes he sets his expectations too high and it really hurts when he disappoints you. For example, he promises that this year he's going to get a good job and be a better provider for the family. But then he quits his job and goes gambling. A broken promise, another year of disappointment and heartache. This marriage is not going to end well, whether you wait 1 year or 10 years. Number 5. He emotionally abuses you. Physical abuse is one thing, and it's fairly easy to spot, right? Emotional abuse is far more difficult to pinpoint, but the effects can be just as damaging to a woman's psyche. Instead of loving you and supporting you through the best and worst of times, he's neglecting you emotionally. He's insults you so badly that you end up crying. He's rude and shows no compassion for your feelings. He doesn't care about your family. He berates you in an argument and browbeats you until he gets his way. He punishes you all the time, manipulating you to do something you don't want to do. Being married to this guy is going to be a nightmare. You will be a nervous wreck of a human being within a couple of years. Number 6. He has a drug or alcohol problem and it's only getting worse. Now granted, being an addict is an expression that's often misunderstood. He may drink frequently. He may get drunk on the weekends. He may smoke pot a couple of times a day, or smoke tobacco. He may be addicted to sugar or caffeine. Who knows? Does this make him an addict and impossible to live with? Not necessarily. It's easy to pinpoint a drug addict if he's dying from meth or PCP. But a guy who likes to party, and yet is still responsible enough to hold down a job and take care of his responsibilities, is not necessarily a drug addict spiraling into oblivion. It depends on what you can live with. Is his preference for drugs or alcohol limiting his ability to care for you? To show love? To work a full-time job or take care of his children? Is his thinking frequently impaired and not really him most of the time? If he knows that drugs are messing up his life, is he willing to get help, or does he just want you to accept his dangerous lifestyle? If the effect is that his behavior makes you miserable, and that he prefers taking pills or boozing instead of spending any time with you, then it's easy to see that he has made his choice. You can't live with someone who makes you feel miserable and powerless. Keep these pointers in mind. A man can be successful in life but a disaster in relationships. Spend a little more time getting to know him, so you can be sure he is well adjusted and worthy of your time.